They tell you to dream big, they tell you to stay positive, but what they don't tell you is that most people who dream big never wake up to chase it. And positivity, it's nothing without action. That's why 99% will never make it. Because they're caught in the illusion of effort, not execution. The truth is brutal. Most people want to be successful, but only on the surface. They want the spotlight, not the solitude. They want the glory, not the grind. They're addicted to comfort, and comfort is the enemy of greatness. You don't get extraordinary results by living an ordinary life, but that's what the 99% do. They clock in, clock out, and call that ambition. They talk, they post, they plan. But when it's time to bleed, to sweat, to sacrifice, they vanish. And you know why? Because most people want success to feel good, but success isn't supposed to feel good. It's supposed to feel like war. It's supposed to test you, stretch you, break you down, until only the real version of you is left. No filters, no masks, no shortcuts. The 99% will never make it because they mistake movement for progress. They're busy, but they're not building. They're distracted, but they think they're disciplined. They chase dopamine instead of discipline, comfort over clarity, distraction over direction. They start, but never finish. They speak, but never act. They plan, but never execute. They blame their upbringing, their job, the economy, the government, anything but themselves. But the truth is that success is a mirror. It shows you exactly who you are, and most people run from that reflection because deep down they know they're not doing what it takes. The 1%, they don't talk about it, they be about it. They don't wait for motivation. They create motion every damn day. They get up when they don't feel like it, they work. When it hurts, they sacrifice. When no one is watching, they lose sleep, skip parties, shut out distractions. They play the long game while everyone else is chasing shortcuts. You see, the 99% want to be great. Until greatness demands pain, until greatness demands patience, until greatness demands they give up their excuses, their vices, their ego. That's when they tap out. That's when they convince themselves it wasn't worth it. But you, a different, or you wouldn't be here. You felt that hunger, that burn inside your chest that says, I'm not like them. I can't settle. I won't. You stare at the ceiling at 3 a.m. wondering when your time will come. You've walked through storms alone, doubted yourself, gotten knocked down more times than you can count. And yet you're still standing. And that's what separates you. Because the 1% aren't born different. They become different through suffering, through repetition, through choosing pain over pleasure. Every single time they don't escape the fire, they run into it. And while the 99% are looking for motivation, the 1% are building systems, habits, non-negotiables. They make success inevitable because they show up relentlessly, ruthlessly, repeatedly. You don't beat the 99% by competing with them. You beat them by outlasting them. While they're quitting, you're grinding. While they're watching Netflix, you're building. While they're talking about it, you're living it. They chase trends. You create legacy. But make no mistake, it's not easy. There will be days when your mind screams for rest, when your body aches, when your results feel invisible. But that's when you keep going. That's when you earn separation, because most people quit at 40% and the 1% push to 100 and then keep going. This world doesn't reward dreams, it rewards discipline, and discipline is a decision not once, but every single day. You decide if you're going to hit snooze or get up. You decide if you're going to scroll or study. You decide if you're going to make excuses or make progress. The 99% make comfort a priority, the 1% make discipline a lifestyle. Now here's the truth nobody wants to hear. You don't become successful by accident. You become successful on purpose, through intention, through relentless execution, through years of showing up when it's boring, when it's hard, when it feels pointless. The 99% avoid discomfort, but discomfort is the currency of growth. They say they want success, but they can't even keep promises to themselves. They say they're serious, but their habits betray them. They say they'll change, but they never do. Meanwhile, you're still in the shadows, still grinding, still unknown, and that's okay. Because this part, the unseen part, is where the real ones are made. The pain, the pressure, the silence. It forges steel, and steel doesn't bend when the world tries to break you. So if you're tired, good. If you're lonely, good. If you're doubting yourself, good. That means you're in the right place. That means you're playing the right game. Because the ones who make it don't complain, they don't wait, they don't hope, they execute. And that's how you start beating them. You have to stop looking for comfort if you want to be exceptional. The truth is the 99% cling to routines, distractions, and shallow pleasures. They live in a loop, wake up, complain, go to work, come home, numb themselves with entertainment sleep, repeat their lies are not designed, they're defaulted. They follow the path society laid out for them, not questioning the rules, never realizing those rules were written to keep them small. The system rewards obedience, not brilliance. You're told to be realistic, to be grateful for what you have, to not aim too high because it might make others uncomfortable. That's not humility, that's submission. You weren't born to blend in, you were born to build, to dominate, to lead, to defy the odds. The 99% settle for survival, but the 1%, they play for legacy. They don't chase money, they command it. They don't beg for attention. They earn influence through mastery. Their mornings are strategic, their nights intentional. Every hour is accounted for, and every decision is a weapon aimed at their purpose. You want to be one of them, you better be ready to bleed, because success isn't about motivation, it's about discipline. You'll have to sacrifice weekends, parties, late night scrolls, and the luxury of wasting time. While the world sleeps, you work. While others doubt, you believe. While they react, you plan. You're not addicted to motivation, you're addicted to results. Your actions speak louder than any excuse you could make. The 99% talk, the 1% execute, and you have to understand most people around you will not understand this path. They'll call you obsessed, arrogant, even crazy. But obsession is just another word for clarity. You don't get what you wish for, you get what you grind for. Your circle will shrink, and that's okay. Your standards will rise, and that's necessary. You'll feel lonely, but that loneliness is the price of greatness. Greatness is forged in silence, not applause. You won't find it in trends, but in timeless principles. Sacrifice, self-awareness, ruthless consistency. You'll build when others are breaking. You'll rise when others rest. And even when no one claps for you, even when no one sees the late nights and the early mornings, you'll keep going because your vision doesn't need validation. You'll start seeing things differently. Where most see problems, you'll see potential. Where others feel pressure, you'll feel power. You won't run from adversity, you'll run toward it. Because pressure creates diamonds, and you weren't built to be ordinary. You were built to be A. Force, so burn your backup plans, cut off your escape routes. Either you make it or you make it. There's no in between. You're not hoping anymore. You're executing, you're not dreaming. You're deciding, you're not waiting, you're creating. There's no plan B. There's only now. There's only action. There's only you standing against the world with your vision as your weapon and your will as your armor. The 99% will say it's too much work, too much risk, too much sacrifice, but you see the cost of being average and you refuse to pay it. So you wake up with fire, you train your mind like a soldier, you act without hesitation and think with precision. You learn, you adapt, you evolve. The 99% consume. You create, they distract. You focus, they hesitate, you strike. Because success isn't random, it's a result of obsession, grit, and an unshakable refusal to quit. And every day you remind yourself the 1% didn't get there by accident. They got there by doing what the 99% won't. They chose the path of most resistance. They stayed longer, pushed harder, suffered more, and came out forged in fire. So ask yourself today, are you done watching others win? Are you done making excuses? Are you done living small? Or are you ready to do what it takes to be the anomaly, the outlier, the one they whisper about when you walk into the room? Because you carry something different, a mindset, a vision, a fire, and nothing, not fear, not failure, not even time will stop you. You are not here to compete. You are here to conquer.